Hello, friends. It is January 20th, Friday. I want to say it's like in the high 50s, maybe the 60s today. As you can see, I'm just wearing a tank, right? It's unseasonably warm. I don't know that that's true because I'm in a new region. Anyway, I put it around today because it's January and it's winter. But because it's so warm, and it's because I'm now in North Carolina as opposed to New Jersey or New York, I'm like, let me start planting early. I can start planting early. I can start getting things started. Right, seed starting season is here. So I did see some bulbs. I'm thinking, questioning my mind if I want to grow ranunculus, because I do have them at the Home Depot. Believe I did see them. They also had some peonies. But anyway, I want to seed start in the greenhouse. So I had to get that prepped. But I'm just going to give a quick tour of what everything's looking like and then to the greenhouse. So, okay, sunset nears. So you see, these were my mums and my begonias. And now it's just soil and composting time, right? But we do have some of the mums that died back, but then put on a new flush of growth. Very evident here. So hopefully these, prove to be long lasting. I haven't done anything with the rest of them because maybe they'll come back when it's a bit warmer. Who knows? Here's just a pile of soil and leaf litter. These are my pansies. They lasted a really long time. I say this garden had color until like early December maybe. Yeah. This is my dianthus in the back, my rocking red dianthus. And then the pansies are just really, oof, oof. They're just really, 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 verdant. This was where I had the vinca. I just pulled out the dead stems today because they really, we're not gonna say it. They had given it up. This is the Cuban oregano. I haven't tugged on the root, but probably if that's not greening anything by like February or March. At this point, I personally assume it's gone, but there's some. No, it's probably gone. But that's my mother's plant, so I'm not gonna go through it out. That's where I had the squash and marigolds growing. So at this point, I'm just thinking about things I might be able to plant while the ground is still workable, because this was never really frozen over. That's where I have the cordylines and the begonias. I took out one of the cordylines, the other one is really firm in there, so maybe it's doing something, I don't know. That one I had the philodendron in. I've got some mint in there, and the mint is, it's a little bit of greenery there, but the mint should come back. That was a catch-all plant, but again, at this point, I'm thinking bulbs and early spring plants is what I'm going to be doing. So, and ignore the dog clothes that are drying, they're not mine. This was all disassembled and it was left on the bottom rack, right? And it was actually a bit of a struggle to put together. I guess maybe because of the cold and that had done whatever, what have you. But right now I just have some empty pots in there and one of the clay pots. We have 2 layers of aluminum foil. So I want this to get pretty warm before I start putting soil in there. But yeah, I don't know how. I would like to have this just like for seed starting, but I don't know how to keep these seams closed, or if maybe I need to get some foam or something. So I'm just brainstorming some ideas. But yeah, seed starting season is here. I can't go crazy with the pre-planting landscape because the landscape has yet to be emptied, cleared, but very exciting. So also, the those 2 with the circle rings had the Hoya australis, and I have a cutting inside. I don't know that I'll be growing another one outside again. It grew lovely, but then the whole thing of the weather and I don't know. We'll see. And that had a pothos. Never getting a pothos again. This time I'm gonna stick to that vow. I have a bunch of philodendrons inside. I don't have pothos, so I'm fine with philodendrons. They don't grow nearly as wild as pothos. But now that I'm in North Carolina and I can get back to outdoor gardening and not just be kept to indoor gardening via indoor plants, um, the world is my oyster. So it's really just gonna be from here to probably like Marchish, Aprilish, just like seed starting season before we get full back into it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Okay, today is, oh my gosh, today is the 21st. I guess it was just yesterday that I fixed up the greenhouse. This doesn't feel right, but I feel like I remember saying yesterday was Friday. Anyway, as I said, I'm in the mood for like getting things going, especially since this is an unseasonably warm, presumably not true to the region, unseasonably warm winter where, we were hitting 70s, we were warm, we're just now dipping back into the 50s. Very weird. But it's kind of like all of the winter decor I had up, c'est fait. Not literally, but just the feeling of ooh, winter, and ooh, snow, and ooh, cold temperatures and sweaters. It just is not the case. Long story short, I went to the Home Depot the other day. They have some bulbs out. Not usually a lot of things I tend to buy. I think the last time I bought bulbs from the Home Depot, they were some Landini lilies. And those are great. I grew them indoors. Super easy. Super great. Short lasting, but they were great. I'm like, oh, I want to get some bulbs. I don't know what. I was thinking maybe an elephant ear, but I don't know what, generally speaking, but I want some bulbs. So I went to the Home Depot, I'm looking around, and I'm just letting things catch my eye. And I ended up getting 3 bulbs. Now, I feel like usually, probably in a little while, they'll have the sales where it's like 2 for whatever. But I was like, I want it now. I want it now. And I remember, also I left her, looked it up. I remember hearing about there might be a bulb shortage of tulips, whatever. I saw some YouTubers who had some of I think they were the gladiolus from Dollar Tree, and I guess they've had them successive years because they look, sizable. Okay. Anyway, I went to get some plants. Let's start off with the first one I got. The color that really popped my eye, the form really popped my eye. And I considered getting these last year, and I didn't. Because I think when I was considering getting them, it was towards the end of the year. But I did get these dahlias. Oh my gosh. Look at this. If they're true to photo, which is what is the hope, right? They look papery thin. They look this lovely, wispy, flowery, purple. I'm excited. And pretty much the idea with the landscape of where they're going is it's a lot of trees. So pops of color. These are summer blooming. And so it does say multiple blooms per frost. This is Dahlia Bluebell. It's 2 for $10. I don't know if it's a good price, and I know people do buy them online, but I figure even if it's cheaper online, I'm not paying for shipping because I wasn't guaranteed to buy a lot of things, right? So I don't know if I'm going to try and start them early indoors. I think you're supposed to keep them cool. So I'm going to try and put them somewhere cool. Anyway, so that's one. Okay. The second one I got, I think it actually was the Peony that I got. And the Peony is 1 for $10. It is Karl Rosenfield. Look at that red. Oh, it's like a rich pink. Rich pink red. And it's just one plant. This one is Peony lactifloria Karl Rosenfield, size 2/3 eyes. I want to say I see, well, I feel like there's 2 of them. But I was going off of the back. This is what I did with regards to, and it was really just the peonies I was looking out at. But, whether or not this means that it's starting to bloom early and it shouldn't, I don't know. But I chose this one because it's what my gut said. And it's not like, oh, they're blooming early and the flowers are already wilting. They're pretty firm. So I know sometimes when you see them in the bag and they're flowering, they tend to, unless you pot them out soon enough, like, they tend to wither away in the bag. My idea is some of them I'm going to start putting in cactus soil inside. And maybe I will transition it outside. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till it's established in an inside pot and then slowly transition it out. I don't know. Because what it says in the back, in terms of planting, it says, plant this spring after the ground has thawed and there is no danger of frost. Now, theoretically, right, maybe I could just be putting it outside and bringing it back in on the frost days. But I think we're still hitting the 30s. So maybe I should also get a greenhouse. I don't know. But anyway, I'm excited. This probably has to come out soon. And what it was, I saw one YouTuber and she, I think, received the Digs. I don't remember the full name of the channel. Dig something. And she got a neighbor's peony and it was like a big, massive. Is this a bulb? Is this a whatever? Big, massive plant, root mass. Let's call it. And it's supposed to be this yellow, and I immediately fell in love with that yellow. And you would think, oh, I would go for the yellow, but it's just the yellow is not screaming to me in the intended place, right? I want this vibrant pop of wapow, I'm here, wapow. So I think this is probably gonna get its own big pot once it's well established. I don't know how big it will get this first year with me. So okay, so just think of getting some fun here. So already the colors, all right? We're vibrant. We're purple pinks. We're purple pink reds, right? So, and then I don't know if this is the last one. I almost got a fourth one. I think it was Ixia. No, I don't think I was gonna get the Ixia. It was something else I was considering getting that put back. I had 4 in my hand at some point and I put it back. I don't remember what the fourth one was. And then this one I wasn't sure about because I'm like, this just feels so, I don't want to say quotidien, but it feels like so. But then because it's so numerous at this, for the 10, I'm like, okay, I could see a nice little like row or just a nice little blop of color. Even if I decided to sprinkle it throughout, right? This is Summer Blowing Dutch Irish Blue Magic. And I feel like I've seen these very commonly throughout. These are 35 for 10. Yeah. So this bloom time is early summer. And plant this spring after the ground. I think they're all the same after the thaw, right? What that means for me, I don't know. But after the thaw is the idea. I think the last frost date around here around North Carolina, where I'm at right now, tends to be like March to something. So already we're reaching that period of time for the seeds where it's like 6 to 8 weeks before last frost. So, just think of the colors. They're not all gonna go together at all. I probably need to change it up, but look, we've got the deep purple, what looks like almost like a pink compared to this purple, and then this lovely red. It's gonna be great. If I say so myself, it's gonna be great. Oh, wow. I'm excited. So these grow, the blue, let me just read off the things again. So the Blue Magics, full sun, 6 per square foot. Then why didn't you give me a multiplier of 6? That's weird. Okay, 20 to 24 inches. So even if I decide to stagger it, and I don't think that's gonna be the case, I think the peony might get its own pot. So it's kind of like, when you have those roses in pots and they just fall over. I think I kind of want that for the peony. Or just like, it's giving that lushness of like a floribunda rose, but it's not. I don't know. So many things. I'm very excited. So speaking of the peony is 32 to 38 inches. And the dahlias are 36 to 40 inches. This is also full sun. They're all full sun. Okay. They're all full sun. I should have done that. But why? I mean, I guess technically it goes to zone 8 and we'll be in 8A is the idea at this point in time. That's not a full short thing, but the idea is we'll be in 8A. Why is it just 3 to 8? I mean, like, give me a 3 to 9. That's fine. Well, because I think the peony is listed as coming back every year, which we want that. We want her to get big in size, just be a lovely hedge. I'm thinking I might have to get some azaleas. I don't know. Stay tuned. It's going to be a wild ride. Anyway, here are my colors. I'm very excited. So it's going to be a lot of planting. Stay tuned. Yes, thanks for watching. Bye.